Okay, y'all are starting time tomorrow, which is an often difficult process for kids. This one is not as bad as elapsed time. Tomorrow we're going to focus on kind of the intervals of time, converting it, and really more of just telling time. So I would definitely show the students right here. This is star chart info. And then what I would do is show them the star charts. Like this is a chart that you're going to pull out of your math star test. It's going to be in the front. You're going to pull this and that grid out. The grid's for the multiplication table. The star chart gives us information. Now, as we learn this information, we'll kind of star it. So let's put a star right here by time, because time is what we're covering. We are covering time. And let's start at the bottom. Y'all should know that 1 minute is 60 seconds. Let's read these together. 1 hour, 60 minutes. Days, 24 hours, and so on. Read it with them. Weeks are the one that most kids do not know how many weeks are in a year. Heck, some adults don't know that. Tell them when they talk about weeks in math, they're 7 days. Unless they say like a school week or something, which I don't think they ever would. 7 days. So show them how it kind of matches up here. So I put it here to make it friendly for y'all on the worksheet, but you'll have to know that from here on out that this information is right here. And when we talk about time, we're going to use these analog clocks. All right, but before that, let's just talk about time intervals. So let's talk about minutes, hours, seconds, and days. I maybe would question what the kids know. Which one of these is the shortest or quickest interval of time? Seconds. All right, and don't just assume they know what seconds are. Say, all right, we're going to do seconds. Ready? And I usually looked at the clock in my classroom and kind of watched that second hand, and then I'd start snapping to seconds. These are seconds. 1 second, 2, 3, 4. Get with me. Seconds. Seconds are fast. All right, minutes. How many seconds are in a minute? Let's look. 60 seconds are in 1 minute. So let's count 60 seconds. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and so on until you hit 60. Noticed I was kind of exaggerating the tens. So 60 seconds, kind of showing them seconds are real fast. 60 of these make a minute. How many minutes make hours? 60 minutes. Well, I would give them an example of like PE. PE isn't even 60 minutes. PE is 45. So a little bit longer than PE is 1 hour. Something that they can relate it to. And then I'm like, and give them minutes, like recess is a 20-minute or AR is 20 minutes. And then days, there are 24 hours in 1 day. So hours, like we're in school for 7 hours and like 35 minutes, I think. So, you know, most people sleep anywhere from 6 to 10 hours a night. So, 6 to 10 hours is sleep. School is 7 hours, almost 8. 24 hours, you get a day. So we're going to decide which intervals of time. So I want y'all to read it out loud. Sit-ups. And I want y'all to think in your head, do you think 10 sit-ups would take seconds, minutes, hours, or days? Think for a second. Raise your hand when you know. All right, everyone answer out loud. What do you think? And that kind of gives them confidence to answer out loud. Hopefully you hear seconds. If you hear minutes and seconds, good thing to do is get someone to get up there and go, okay, I want you to count out loud every time you do a sit-up. So give us 1 sit-up. Good, that's 1. All right, now I want you to do 10 of those. Start over again with 1. And while you're doing that, we're going to all count seconds. And we're going to see if we hit 60 seconds first or if you hit 10 sit-ups. And then, of course, you're going to end up, the sit-up kit is going to be done before the 60 seconds. Unless you choose me, and then it would be minutes, but we're not choosing me, so a kid should be fine. And in the end, we decide these are seconds. Sec, S-E-C, O-N-D, S, seconds, plural, not one. All right, a mile. A mile would be 4 laps around a track, or tell them it would be like if this is the school. I like to draw on my papers. This is the school building. You know, you got all the portables, la 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 la, because that's all we are, portables. If you walk 2 laps around, and here's the baseball field, and here's the playground where we do recess. So if you walk 2 laps, 2 blocks around, that's a mile. So do you think we could do that in 60 seconds? Do you think we could do it in minutes? Do you think it would take us hours? I want y'all to think. Raise your hand when you think you know. All right, answer out loud now. Hopefully you get minutes. Doesn't take, I mean, you know, if I can make it in minutes, they can too. Tell them miles, you know, would be minutes. A mile. A mile. Now, if you ran like a marathon, you know, that would be a different story. All right, driving from one side of the United States to the other. So your country. Going from one side, from California, all the way to New York, across the United States. Do y'all think that would be seconds, minutes, hours, days? Think about it. And think about, as you're thinking, I want to remind you that like in Texas, it takes 8 hours to drive to Houston. And that's just across our state. So thinking of these things, raise your hand when you think you know. Okay, answer out loud. You're going to hear hours and days. The answer is days. It takes 2 to 3 days to drive across the United States. Because, hey, you got to sleep. It's, you know, from what I recall from reading things, it's about like 3,000 miles across. All right, listening to a song on the radio, or songs seconds, minutes, hours, or days. What do y'all think? Minutes, yes, that one should be easy. They're definitely longer than a few seconds. If you're listening to one song for an hour, that would be a very boring song, and I'd go to sleep. Saying the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Seconds, minutes, hours, or days? Seconds. If it takes you hours to say the alphabet, why are you in 4th grade? All right. So that part's pretty simple. Kids usually don't struggle too much. All right, here's a big vocabulary word. So we're going to highlight it. Or if you don't have a highlighter, bubble it or something. Convert. Y'all say convert. Say it again. If we can't say it, we definitely won't recall it. We won't learn it. We definitely can't write it. Convert. Say it again. Convert means to change. Like if you go to another country, you have to convert your US dollar to something else. So converting means changing. And in this case, what you're doing is you're changing units. So just so y'all know, let's highlight all these things right here. Ba, ba, ba. Highlight them. All of the things we highlight are known as units of time. Now, I would not write that in highlighter or PS. So highlight, and then with your pencil, units of time. All right, so let's go to our star chart, because this is the way Miss Pierce rolls. So I wish I'm not rolling on the ground, obviously. So all of these things, if we highlight them, I need a highlighter from my bag. I don't have a highlighter. So highlight years, highlight weeks, highlight days, hours, minutes. Highlight it neatly. On test, you're going to hear them say convert the units. All of these are known as units, and as in units of time. And I'm going to make notes just in case this is Miss Albritton or Miss Rogers or a different sub tomorrow. So these would be highlighted. This would be written in pencil, because I would not want them trying to write in a chunky highlighter, especially the ones who try to write in yellow. So days, years, weeks, units of time. So what they want us to do is they want us to convert units of time. I'm going to go back and do the same thing here. So you can convert months to years, or years back to weeks, or hours to minutes, or minutes to seconds. Converting means changing. And again, we'd want to highlight this. written in pencil. Sorry, this is for a sub that we know is in one of our classes. All right, so you can do this a couple of ways. I usually do a T-chart. So I think with kids starting to learn this, let's do it 2 ways. So I tell the kids to make a T-chart. It's a T. And if you look at this, what do you think MIN is? Minutes to hours. So we're going to put MIN, period, because abbreviations have period. HRS, period. Minutes and hours. Another way you can do this is by actually drawing. Which one do we have? Do we have minutes or hours? Hours. How many? 4. So let's write 4 H's. All right. So then you go to your star chart. And you're like, what do I know about minutes and hours? What can we figure out about minutes and hours? No, that's minutes and seconds. I need minutes and... Yeah, there you go. 1 hour is 60 minutes. Or they may have said 60 minutes is 1 hour. Doesn't matter. All right, so here's what I know. And you got to match this to what your star chart says. 1 hour, make sure 1 is under hour, is 60 minutes. 1 hour is 60 minutes. So over here, this 1 hour right here, it has 60 minutes. And this hour has 60 minutes. This hour, 60 minutes. This hour, 60 minutes. And so I would get up at that point and go make sure that they labeled this correctly and didn't put 1 under minute. And tell the kids that you're walking around. So in math, there's no one way to do it. You know, as long as you're showing me how you figured it out, I'm happy. I want to see the way you thought through it. If you do it in your head, it should be real easy to put it on paper. But there's no wrong way. So I might show you a T-chart. I might show you a picture. Another kid might use repeated addition. Another kid might multiply. As long as you show your work, you're safe. So I can use my picture to help me over here. 1 hour is 60. So we always start with the side with 1 because when we count, we go 1, 2. 2 hours. Well, look, 2 hours would have 2 60s. And look, actually, let's do repeated addition. Let's do 2 60s. What do y'all know 6 plus 6 is? 12. So a 12, and that's 0. So 2 hours is 120 minutes. See? 2 of them. 120 minutes. What are we looking for? 4 hours. Here's what I know. 2 plus 2 is what? 4. So if I double this side, I should be able to double this side, right? Some kids might work it out that way. Or another kid might go 60 plus 60 plus 60 plus 60. Or if you understand multiplication, we see 4 groups of 60. This is what I would do. Let's do this one. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 6 is 24. Do I carry? Why not? No one's left to multiply by 4. So 4 groups of 60, 240 minutes. Which makes sense because 0 plus 0 is 0, 2 plus 2 is 4, 1 plus 1 is 2. There's no wrong way. So in the end, 240 minutes. So I'm showing you could use a T-chart. You could use a picture, repeated addition, multiply. A lot of kids start with a T-chart or a picture, and once they draw it, they go to the multiply because they see it's 4 groups of 60. No wrong way to do your math. All right, days and hours. We're going to convert. See, say that word, convert. We're going to convert days to hours. Let's write it. C-O-N-V-E-R-T. Convert. All right, let's draw ourselves a T-chart. When you abbreviate days, it's DYS, period. Hours would be HRS, period. What do I know about days and hours? Well, if you don't know, the good thing is on a test, you have all these answers. What do you know about days and hours? No, that's 7 days is a week. I need days and hours. They got to be on the same line. Look right there. 1 day, 24 hours. Make sure you put it under the right one. 1 should go under days. 24 should go under hours. 1 day, 24 hours. Now, I could use a star chart, or I could also draw 5 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, right? 1D, 1 day is 24. So that's 24 hours. 24, 24, 24, 24. Now, I don't want y'all to get ahead. I know some of you know what to do. I want y'all to listen because this gets harder. Not today, but it will get harder. So 1 day is one group of 24. 2 days would be like 2 24s, right? Because 1 day is 1 24. 2 days is 2 24s. And 3 days would be 3 24s, right? So you could do this lots of ways. If you draw it out, what do we see? Repeated addition. Good. What does that mean? Multiply. Yeah, we have 5 groups of 24. Start with your bottom digit. Don't say times, because times is groups. 5 groups of 4. 20. Do I carry? Yes, because you still have to multiply 5 times 2. So you carry the 20 and you write the 0. 5 times 2, 2 5s is 10, plus 2 more, 12. Do we carry? No, no one's left to multiply by 5. So 24, 5 times in a row is 120 hours. This last one, we're going to convert years to weeks. Years to weeks. What do we call that? We're going to convert. Let's write it again. C-O-N-V-E-R-T. Convert. Read it, write it, say it. If you only say it one time or write it 2 or 3 times and you don't bring it back day after day, week after week, we forget. To get it into long term, it's read it, write it, say it, convert. Let's do this one flat out on the T-chart. What should I put at the top? Yes, weeks, W-K-S period. Years, Y-R-S period. Where do I look for this information? Because I don't know how many weeks are... Oh, yeah, my star chart. Okay. Weeks and years. And remember, they have to be on the same line. Like this is year, months. Oh, okay. Weeks and years. 52 weeks are in 1 year. So 1 is the year. So 1 goes on the year, 52 under weeks. 1 year is 52 weeks. 2 years, because we start on the 1 side... 2 years would be 2 of these because 1 year is 152. 2 years would be 2 52s. And you could kind of line it up. And then we get 104. Every time, I want y'all to look, don't get ahead. Every time you add 1 year, you add a 52. So when you added a year, 1 plus 1, you add 52. So if I add another year, every time you add 1 year, you have to add another 52 weeks. So 156 weeks. And I know mine's really messy. You don't have to, like, it. I mean, it's hard to video and not be messy, but T-charts, pictures, multiply, repeated addition. I mean, let the kids know there's no wrong way. All right, now we're getting to analog clock. Analog clocks. I want y'all to say analog. Say it again. These are all analog clocks. Digital ones are the ones like you would see when you're younger, and or like you look on a microwave or something and it says 1:43. That's digital. We have to learn the analog clock. I know, it's sad. Analog. Now, this one is showing us half past the hour. Half. Now think about this. If I karate chop you in half, hi-ya! How many parts are you cut into when you're cut into half? 2. So we're going to literally karate chop this into half. And let's label this. Here is a half. Here is a half. All right, let's keep reading. Hours, how many minutes are in an hour? 60. So what is half of 60? If you cut 60 in half, let's write 60. Hi-ya! Well, what's half of a 6? What plus what makes 6? 3. Yeah, 3 plus 3 makes 6. So 30 plus 30 makes 60. This right here, let's highlight. Highlight only half. Half of a clock is 30 minutes. And I'd get up and I'd walk around. Have they drawn and shown the work? Are they with you? Like, always spot check. Let them know that you're monitoring, that you're not just sitting there, you know, going through notes without accountability. Now, I'm going to show you all this. When you start counting, do y'all know what number you start at? 12. 12 would be like your 0, right? 0. Do y'all know how many minutes there are from number to number? They should know 5, but don't be shocked if some of them don't. 5 minutes, right? I want y'all to do that. From jump to digit is a 5-minute jump. All right, now we're going to start at 12, and we're going to count to the 6 right here, because we're going to count half, and we're going to count by 5s. So let's start at the 12. Every time you jump, we count by 5. Are y'all ready? 5, 10. I need to hear more of you. 15, 20. And now I hear y'all. 25, 30. If they keep counting, go, whoop, someone wasn't paying attention. Let's start again. We're only doing half. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes right there. This is a half of an hour. All right. This one shows you a quarter past. A quarter past an hour. Now this, super tricky. Because y'all know money. A quarter is how much in money? 25 cents. That's right. Do you know that quarters in time are not 25 cents? Let me ask you this. How many quarters make a dollar? 4. All right. So what you have to break a clock into is 4 parts. There's half. And then you're going to go across like this. And then here's what I like to do. That's 1 quarter, 2 quarters, 3 quarters, 4 quarters. So just like money, 4 quarters make a dollar, which is a whole dollar, right? 4 parts, 4 quarters make a whole dollar. 4 quarters of time make a whole hour. Quarters. That's why fourths are called quarters, because it takes 4 parts to make a whole. Fourths. Now in time, we're only talking about a quarter, which they say is 15 minutes right here. So let's highlight that. A quarter of an hour is 15 minutes. A quarter, not all quarters. So I want y'all to lightly highlight 1 quarter. It really doesn't matter which one. Let's do the first one. This is a quarter of an hour. Why is it a quarter? Because it's 1/4, 1 out of 4. How many minutes? Well, remember, digit to digit is 5 minutes. So let's jump from the 12 to the 3 and let's count by 5s. Ready? 5, 10, 15. Quarters of an hour are 15 minutes. So this time right here would be 1:15. Because if you're pointing at the 3, you are 15 minutes, which is 1 quarter. Let's write it. A quarter. He only had 7, so no. And then this one, Landon, just do what you're told, please. This one shows you a quarter till the next hour. A quarter till. Till as in it's a quarter until the next hour. Now, we showed up here that a quarter is what? 15 minutes. So this is 15 minutes until the next hour. So it is before a new hour. And this is going to be a 45-minute one. And so I'd get up and go give them time to copy your notes. That way you're not trying to teach while they're writing, because if they're writing and not looking, they're not learning. It's got to be the writing so they can look back at their stuff, but then they need to be watching you. All right, let's come back here. What is a quarter? 15. This is 15 after. So if I'm a hand on a clock, tick, 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 5, 10, 15. This is a quarter after an hour. A quarter till is a quarter before. So here's 0, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. If this is a new hour, and we want before the hour 15 minutes. 5, are y'all watching me? 5, 10, 15. Right here. See that 1/4? Just like right there. Isn't that congruent? Same size, same shape. The difference is, though, that this is 15 till because you've moved 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 minutes. So when the hour hand has moved 45 minutes, it leaves 15 left. And this is called a quarter till the next hour. It's 15 minutes until we change hours. These are important vocabulary. That's right, a quarter till, which is 45 minutes after. A quarter till is 45 minutes after an hour. And again, I would get up to go make sure they're writing neatly, that they've got these notes. Okay. Let's flip to the back. When they're ready, of course. Now we're just going to practice on telling time, which obviously, look right here, Miss Pierce forgot the E, analog clock. These are analog clocks. All right, before we start telling time, do y'all know which hand is the hour hand? The little one. You know how I always knew that? Hour, H-O-U-R, hour is a shorter word than minute. The shorter word is the shorter hand. The longer word, minute, is the longer hand. And I want y'all to label that on 3 different clocks. Any 3 clocks. So I'm going to come over here. The shorter hand, shorter word. Longer hand, longer word. And I want you to write neatly, whatever you choose. Shorter hand, shorter word. Longer hand, longer word. And then, of course, I'm going to get up and go check because I write faster than the kids. So I don't care what 3 clocks you choose. I just want you to label. If you want to be an overachiever, you might do 4 clocks. Kind of spread the wealth. Y'all say it with me. Shorter word, shorter hand. Say it again. Shorter word, shorter hand. Longer word, longer hand. All right. Now that y'all are with me, let's go back to the first clock. If you find the shorter hand, the short hour, think about it like this. The hands of a clock start at 12 and they start ticking, tick, 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 tick. What does the hand come after? What is the hour pointing after? It's between 7 and 8, right? It's coming after 7. So this is 7 o'clock. Minutes. Longhand is the minute, right? Starting with 12, what do we count by? 5s. You didn't finish. So we're going from here to here. 5, 10. Let's write 5 and 5. So this time is 7, 10. You can put the plate up here. All right, let's come over here. Which one's the hour hand? Yep, the short one. Short hand, short word, short hand. The hour hand is between 5 and 6, right? Which one does it come after? Yeah, it comes after 5 because, again, you got to think of it going from 12 to 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6. So it comes after 5. So this is a 5 o'clock. Which one's the minute hand? Yep. Long word, long hand. You should know a 6 automatically because 6 is a half. And I can look on my notes. 1 hour is 60 minutes. Half is 30. So this is 5:30. All right, which one's your hour hand? Short one. Short hand, short word. All right, well, it's straight up pointing at the 1, right? But I want y'all to look at something. This is the danger zone. Warning, warning. And really, I should have been telling y'all to check the hour hand before you write down. You should always check the minute hand before writing down the hour. Because if that minute hand is anywhere in this last quarter, if your minute hand is in the last quarter, watch out, because it's a liar. Not the minute hand, the hour. When your minutes are in the last quarter, you're almost to a new hour, right? I want you to think about this. A lot of kids are going to say, a lot of y'all would have said this. Y'all would have said it's 1 o'clock, and I'd write it, not them. And then the hour hand, the minute hand is over here on the 11, right? So 5, count with me, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. A lot of kids would write 1:55, and you'd be wrong. Why would you be wrong? Well, how many minutes are in an hour? 60. And you're almost to a new hour, right? If it were 1:55, it would be almost what? Yeah, it'd be almost 2 o'clock. Is it almost 2 o'clock? No. Well, why not? Because it's not 1:55, it's 12:55. So let's write that down here, and then I'm going to explain it. Why is it 12:55? Because 12:55 is almost what time? 1. So why is this hour hand pointing to 1? Because it is almost 1 o'clock. 5 minutes away, and it becomes 1 o'clock. So anytime that minute hand is in the danger zone, you better watch out. So from now on, let's look at that. Is your minute hand in this danger zone? No. All right, well then read the clock like normal. Short word, short hand, hour. It's on the what? 2. Minutes, where should I start counting from? The 12, yep, that's the beginning. What should I count by? 5s. Where should I stop? The 4, that's right. So here we go, ready? 5, I want to hear all of you. 10, 15, 20. It is 2:20. Now, mind you, this should be review. This should not be new, but they might need the practice. And I never take for granted that the kids know. All right, is your minute hand in this danger section? No, no hands over here. All right, so your short hour, short word, the short hour, 12. Where's y'all's minute hand pointing? Yep, longer word, longer hand is pointing to the 3. So we're going to count from the 0 o'clock, the 12 to the 3. Ready? 5, 10, 15, right? This section of clock is a big time. Look on the front side of mine. What do we know that 15 minutes is after the hour? These are quarters, because 4 quarters of time, 1 quarter of time is 15 minutes. See this quarter? 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15. Quarters of time are 15. So, this is 12:15. Or you could say a quarter, A-Q-U-A, R-T-E-R, a quarter after A-F-T-E-R, 12, T-W-E-L-V-E. And I'd get up. So when we have 12:15, if you're at a 15, you could say a quarter after 12. Kind of like I could have said right here, half, I should have added that, half past 5. Because it's half an hour. All right, over here. Is your minute hand in the danger zone? No, it's close, but is it there? No. So let's read like normal. Short word is the short hand, the short hour. You kind of, all right, it's not 4 yet, so it's right here after 3. And I want y'all to write down what minute you think it's on. Give them time. Raise y'all's hand. Raise y'all's hand. Raise your hand when you think you know. All right, tell me. When you see most hands, tell me. Most of them are going to say it right. There might be a few wrong. All right, well, let me see if I agree with y'all. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Yes, it is 3:40. And that way, if they got it wrong, maybe they can see what they did wrong. What should I check? The minute hand, that's right. Is my minute hand in the danger zone? Yes. Warning, warning, I'm trying to lie to you. Look at this hour hand. It looks like it is 8. It looks like that. But if it were this late in the hour, well, let's see. It looks like it's 8, right? But it's not 8. It's going to be 7. So we're going to write 7. Here's your minute hand, right? Y'all should know this part. Y'all should know half of a clock. What's half? How many minutes? 30. So you could cheat and you could be smart and do this. This is 30 minutes right here. 30, 35. Are y'all with me? All right, 35, 40, 45, 50. 750. 750 is almost, 5, 10 more minutes and you're a new hour. So 750 is almost what time? It's almost 8, isn't it? Well, that's why the minute hand looks like it's at the 8, because it is almost 8. If it were 8:50, it would be almost 9. All right, what should I look for? The minute hand. Is it in the danger zone? No. So what hour would y'all say it is? 4. I'm going to agree with you. What minute would y'all say it is? 5. I agree. That's a jump of 5 minutes. Now, this is like money. You have to have 2 digits. So we put 05. 4:05. All right, what should I look for? The minute hand and the warning, is it? No. Hour hand, what do y'all think the hour is? Yeah, it's after 6. And if you're on the 6 in the minutes, what is this? Half an hour. What's half of an hour? 30 minutes. Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's right. So this is 6:30. How else could I say it? Yeah, 6:30 like we wrote up here. All right, what should I do? You're right. Look, is my minute hand in the warning section? Yes, and if it's in that section, ha-ha, I'm trying to trick you. Ha-ha-ha-ha. Evil little thing. So who's trying to trick me? The hour hand is. It looks like it's on 10. Why does it look like it's on 10? Because it's almost 10. So we're going to write 9. That's right. And we know from 12 to the 6, how many minutes is this? 30, right. So let's start counting from 30 to the minute hand. Ready? 35, 40, 45. 9:45. 9:45. In 5, 10, 15 minutes, it's going to be 10. That is why your hour hand is almost on 10, because it is almost 10. And this should seem a little familiar. 1 quarter's 15. 5, 10. There's another quarter. 5, 10, 15, another quarter. 5, 10, 15, another quarter. Quarters in time are 15. When you have 15 minutes left, it is a quarter till the next hour. So you could say it is a quarter, a QUARTER, till 10. How many minutes are in a quarter? 15. So let's write that in parentheses. MIN period. And I'd get up at this point and be checking. A quarter till 10 means you are 15 minutes before 10 o'clock. It's 15 minutes until 10. And this is telling time. And if you have, if you look and you have more than 30 minutes of time left, if you only have 20 minutes, I'd let them start working. But if you have 25 to 30 or 35, I might quiz them a little bit, like what would be 3:30? 3:30. Yeah, what would be a quarter after 4? 4:15. Just kind of use the vocabulary a little. And this is telling time.